What's up everyone, welcome back to Miami Miles. My name's Mickey. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you why you should not buy a mint E92 M3. This right here is my car. I bought it in August. I spent $50,000 to acquire a 2013 manual car with the competition pack. This car is absolutely stunning and I am in love with it. I've loved every moment and every mile I've put on it. But the problem is, I'm stuck in a predicament. Every time I go to modify this car, I get so terrified of molesting such a beautiful thing. This car is now worth $10,000 to $15,000 more than I paid for it, and I believe it will be worth upwards of $100,000 one day. So the question is, what do I do? Do I do everything I want with it, or do I sell it and buy a way worse example for much cheaper, something I don't feel so bad about modifying? Well, today, we're gonna figure that out. I'm gonna tell you everything I love about the car, everything I hate about the car, and whether or not I'm gonna keep it. So, let's get right into it. Look, before I go for a drive, guys, let's take a moment to take in the beauty of this. This is peak BMW M Division design. I love the way this car looks just as much as I loved it when I was in high school, and I used to have it on a poster on my bedroom wall. This was my hero back then. From the way that the hood is sculpted with that bulge, the stance of the car with these competition wheels, the iconic carbon fiber roof, and as you come around the back, perhaps this car's most beautiful angle with that carbon spoiler and the quad exit exhaust pipes. Dude, this thing is peak BMW. I think in 20 or 30 years, this is gonna be what the E30 M3 is to us today. I mean, I believe that this will go down as the greatest M3 of all time, and the looks are a testament to that. It is stunning even now, and the car is already 10 years old. I can't believe it. So let's jump in it and go for a drive, because I want to show you what this thing feels like to take it to 8,400 RPM. Oh. That shot looks good, doesn't it? That's why I've partnered with Faster Media, the company that does all the storytelling here on my channel, from the editing to the content posts to the strategy to post to Instagram, TikTok, and all other social media platforms. Faster Media has curated a strategy for me that has allowed me to grow. And now for the very first time, they're offering the same services for companies and people looking to grow their social presence. I've put a link down below where you could register your information, reach out to them for a free consultation so that they can design a plan just for you. If you want beautiful content like this, content like the one you guys have seen with my 765, with my GT3, or if you're a realtor, a lawyer, some service provider that wants to break out of obscurity on social, Faster can help your business right now. Click the link down below, put in your information, and Faster Media will reach out to you. Now, don't take all of this at my word. Take it from the proof. Just 1 year ago, I had a couple hundred subscribers on YouTube. I had a couple hundred followers on Instagram and TikTok, and I thought to myself, how can I blow this up? That's when I hired Faster Media, and the results have spoken for themselves. So, if you're interested in a service that will do this for you, click the link down below. Anyways, guys, back to the video. So here we are in the E92 M3. Listen to this. Underneath this overpass to red line, onto the brakes, down to first gear, and onto the highway. Make sure DSC's on here. Bro, this thing is a riot. Out to 8,400 again. Woo! Yo, this thing is surprisingly quick. With only 4 liters, 414 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, this car feels way faster than it should. I think the most logical place to start when you get into a car like this is that engine. I'm averaging 10 miles per gallon with this S65 V8 that revs all the way out to 8,400 RPM. I just love the way this thing sounds. Now don't get me wrong, there's other M3s that sound way better than this one with full straight pipes. This car has an active auto work exhaust. We've only cut off the catalytic converters, but it has both resonators and mufflers. So it's not the loudest M3, but the sound is so nice. The low grumble at 4,000 and 5,000 RPM, and then you unleash the screech at 8,400. And even though this car on the surface doesn't feel like it would get you in trouble, no, if you wring its neck, it will put you deep into the triple digits. So yes, this engine is a masterpiece, and I get why it was my dream car in high school. It is so good. And I love the fact that versus the W204 Mercedes, this car was offered in a manual gearbox because this manual gearbox accentuates the fun. Now, I don't think that this is the best manual gearbox in the game. I think the throws are a bit too long here, and I think that the clutch pedal travel is again too long, but I believe that both of those issues can be remedied with a short throw shifter kit. I also feel like I'm seated too high in the car. Really, this car doesn't feel like a sports car. When you get out of my GT3 or my 4RS and you jump into this, you're like, oh shit, this is a 328i. I'm actually in this car's stiffest setting, and it's way softer than both of those cars. But I think I'm missing the point here a bit. I think that this car was designed to be a hybrid between a comfortable cruiser and a missile that goes to 8,400 RPM. And it is a mother missile. Dude, it is so good. The crazy thing is I never have a chance to drive it like this because in my stable right now, I've got a 4.5 liter GT3 that produces over 600 horsepower, and I've got a GT4 RS that I just collected like a month ago. So I've been driving those cars 99% of the car, and this car has been at my office garage in the basement, and I haven't even gotten into it. And I think that's the problem. This car is a great proposition at its current value of $60,000 or $65,000. But when you're playing a game where you have the best of the best, la creme of the creme, in my GT3 and the 4RS, you kind of jump into this and you're a little bit overwhelmed, which means that you're triggered into modifying the car. This car with a short shifter kit, with a supercharger, with new seats, with upgraded brakes will probably be just as good as those cars, maybe even the same for about half the price. But at that point, I feel like I've molested a car that's perfect. Again, this is a collector example M3, a watch that you can put in a vault, hold for 10 or 20 years, and increase your value. The amount of money you have in the vehicle, this car will be worth over $100,000. But the question is, do I want to do that? Or do I want to trade this in and add another Porsche, another GT3 from a different generation into the stable? And that's what I'm struggling with, because I need to modify this car to keep it, but I just don't want to. I don't want to because it is so beautiful. So I think the answer to my conundrum is I sell this car, I get my other Porsche, and I buy an example that I don't feel bad about modifying so that someone can actually enjoy this for what it is and not ruin it. Because if I do what I want to do, I will ruin this car. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you a little pull here before we go and conclude this video. 7,000 RPM. It's so good. All right, guys, I'll see you back at the garage. Oh, what a ride. This is everything I ever thought it would be when I wanted it in 2008. That's how old I am. What a car. 8,400 RPM comes at you in such a way that you feel absolutely out of breath. But I've got a problem with this car. There's two types of M3s. The ones that should be stuck in a warehouse like that one, and the others that should be bought and modified to your liking. This car, I feel too terrible about doing the things to it that I want to do, so I can't do it. I can't ruin this. I'm gonna throw the stock exhaust back on it and leave it as it came from the factory, and I think I'm gonna put it up for sale. And it honestly pains me to say that, but if I had infinite space and more money, I'd probably keep the car and just store it. And I know you guys are gonna be like, you should buy cars to enjoy them. You should. But when you're talking about a car that's already 10 years old and it's gonna be a classic, why would you wanna do that? Why would you wanna buy this to put a bunch of miles on it and make it a terrible example of what BMW envisioned when they designed and engineered it? I don't think this is the car to do that too. That's why, again guys, I'm gonna sell it, buy another one, and I've got a crazy project planned with another GT3 coming to the channel at some point in the future. So if you're looking forward to that, if you're looking forward to me getting another one of those at some point, go down below, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next video.